Victor Saenz discovered the love of art as a child. Working primarily with watercolors, pencils, and oils, Saenz doesn't stay confined in one form and enjoys soaking up all the knowledge he can learn in his field. We talk about his beginnings, his new position, and his life as a New Mexico artist. Victor, thank you for joining me tonight. We are talking art. This is what our issue is for this month, so I'm glad to have you.
Thank you, Ms. Reese. It's my pleasure to be here.
Great. So we're going to start with how it began. Was art a childhood love for you, or was it something that you grew into?
It started when I was a little kid. I mean, I was little and I was always doodling. And my first memory was drawing things under my mom's coffee table in the living room until she found out, got a little bit mad on that one. And then it was just downhill from there. No,
do you remember the first things you started drawing? What was?
Dinosaurs. I mean, I was your typical little boy. Dinosaurs, airplanes, volcanoes, weird stuff. Really, really interesting things when I was a child. I'm sure there's a whole psychological profile you can do for that.
And what has it grown into now? What are you feeling when it comes to your artwork?
Well, that's been a really fun journey and genesis, you might say. Going through school and looking at other artists, it's really morphed, and it really comes down to now what I feel. You know, it's that part of expression, that spark of creation that makes art fantastic as far as, across the board for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it really depends on the mood. Sometimes I do, silly little cartoons. Sometimes I'll do some really cool, elaborate, fantasy thing going on. And then sometimes it can border on abstract. It really depends on what's going on with me. And I've learned that that's part of it is expression. It's that need to get something out, really.
Well, you are in a state that, New Mexico is just known for its artwork. What has it been like working in this state as an artist?
It's Albuquerque especially. I mean, New Mexico is fantastic, but Albuquerque is this great little microcosm of tidal pool, you might want to say, of art and creation and cleverness and ideas. It is fantastic. I moved here in 2000 and, stepped into a community that supports the arts, this supports all forms of it. And so, you have your street artists, you have your abstract artists, you have your landscape artists, you have, your Southwest artists, you have, what I do, the fantasy kind of weird stuff, your abstract artists,
Exactly.
It is a wonderful blend to sit there and to see and just to take in every weekend. There's always something going on, and we have such high caliber artists too as well that I would put any genre of artists that we have here against anybody in any city here in the U.S. and we'll go toe to toe with them. Our folks are amazing.
Heard. Yes, I absolutely agree. And congratulations. You're now working with OT Circus?
Yes, I am now the executive director of OT Circus, which is a really fantastic organization. It's a great little nonprofit, and I'm just looking forward to hopefully steering it in the right direction and getting the name of OT out there a little bit more and letting the public know what we actually do there.
Well, let's start a little bit now. Tell us what OT does.
OT actually stands for Occupational Therapy. It was started with Victoria Van Dam. And she just has this vision of art being able to be used to bring up folks that have disabilities, either auditory, visually, whatever. And so it's a way to get folks into things. So let's say, for example, if an artist that's hearing impaired wants to get into that, we want to help them achieve their goals. So last year we had a kids show, so that way they have what the gallery experience is like.
That's awesome.
So we want to delve more and more and more into that. And as well, we do support the local art community as well. So other artists that are here, we have shows either at Curious Toast, which is across the street, or at OT Circus as well.
Well, I know you're also part of an upcoming event, Bubonicon.
Yes.
Which I think, is this 54 or 55?
Yeah, 54. It is the longest running sci-fi fantasy literary con. Yay.
Yeah.
It's my type of artwork, so I'm all excited about it. It's my tribe, yes. And it's kind of my vibe, you know. And I got best in show for amateur art. So it's a great little great little con.
It's a little con,
You know, and it's a different vibe because it's more to deal with the books and the story and, you know, all that kind of, the people that go there are just really, really into it. And it's you know, really well run. I like the way it's run. I like the way it's organized. And this is my second year there. I went there once a few years back, and then COVID hit, and it took me forever to get back in because the dealer's rooms are really small. But yeah, I got in last year, did well. I'm happy to be there again. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes, we're glad to have it back. So where can people find out more about your work?
I am everywhere. I'm everywhere, kids.
Everywhere.
No, not really. I'm on, you know, all the social medias, you know, Facebook, Instagram, website. It's really easy. All of it is Art of VE Saenz, Saenz, and that's where you can find all my stuff where I post. Mostly I post on Instagram, but I just decided to do a story of a character that I created. So I think I'm going to create a separate Instagram just for him.
Oh, interesting.
And then do more art and writing, you know, exploring that dynamic.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
well,
it's a lot of fun.
Victor, thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
And we will definitely be keeping an eye out, especially for that story. That sounds interesting.
Absolutely, guys.
We'll be back.
Take care.